Good afternoon. My name is Freya Ashraf, and I am the founder trustee of Kurniv Foundation. Kurniv Foundation is a non profit organization based in Mumbai, India. At the Kurniv Foundation, we run several initiatives aimed at giving youth from all walks of life opportunities to complete their higher education, compete effectively in the job market, and be the first in their families to break generations of poverty. What makes us unique is that it is other youth who mentor, coach, and counsel their peers to success. Over the years, we have served over 1,000 youth. In India, early marriage and child labor are still realities. COVID 19 and the lockdown only magnified these realities. Overcrowded slums, an increase in the level of noise, a prevalent belief system that education now more than ever was not the priority. Lack of access to smartphones, electricity, and food only widened the education gap between the rich and the poor. Today, our youth leaders are here to share with you how they partnered with their less financially privileged peers to overcome these barriers, help them continue their education, and broaden their skills to keep themselves relevant for internships and jobs post college. As you listen to the youth presenters today, please be patient with the external noise coming through their microphones. This is their everyday reality. We have taught them that, like us, there are others who are interested in listening to what they have to say and not in the noise around them. We thank you for your patience. Let's listen.
The Human Development Report by the United Nations Human Development Programme ranked India 131 out of 189 nations in its Human Development Index, or HDI, for the year 2020. The HDI is the measures of a country's health, education, and standard of living. This means that India ranked in the bottom 30% globally when it comes to health, education, and standard of living. Hello, my name is Tannu. I was raised in the slums of Mumbai and completed my high school education from a public school where the primary language of instruction was Hindi. Where I lived and studied, I was continually confronted by stories of girls not being able to continue their education. Marriage being an important and early priority for both boys and girls. I have known peers who have struggled with abortions as a result of these early marriages, and even those who have had children at 18 years and 19 years old. This is not just a story about the girls. I have male friends whose higher education has been halted because income was low at home or health mishaps had rendered the father and grandfather unable to work. You see, the UNHDI tells a cyclical story. It goes something like this: poor access to higher education leads to fewer opportunities for well paying jobs. And the lack of income then does not allow the standard of living to rise, thus putting us into a cycle of poverty generation after generation. I got an opportunity to help my family step out of this cycle of poverty through the Kudne Foundation. The Kudne Foundation works towards fulfilling the United Nations Development Goals of no poverty and quality education. Pehchaan is a Kurniv Foundation initiative which aims to move India out of this cyclical and generational legacy of poverty by focusing on education. We are an initiative that is for the youth and run by the youth. Today, my friends and I will share with you two role plays created by our Pehchaan leaders and change makers as part of their 2021 online Pehchaan Leadership Development Program graduation project. What you will see in these role plays is reconstructed from stories we have heard and seen ourselves during our Pehchaan work. Let's begin with our first role play. Please take a look.
ए रितु, क्या फोन लेकर बैठे हो? चलो उठो, पानी भरो और पानी भरने के बाद ना झाड़ू पोछा कर लेना। चलो अब ये फोन ना भाई को दे दो, वो पढ़ाई कर लेगा।
मम्मी आवाज नहीं करो फाइजा's online classes is going on.
अच्छा बेटा, कितने तक पढ़े हो? देखिए समझी जी, हमारे घर में लड़कियों को पढ़ाने का रिवाज नहीं है। स्कूल बंद करवा दीजिए इसका।
Faiza, it's already 10. Be quick, it's your first interview.
छी, इतनी घटिया चाय। तुम्हें 10 बार कहा गया है ना, अपना मुंह छुपा के रखा करो, लेकिन नहीं, रोज अपना मनुष्य लेके आ जाती हो।
Faiza, don't forget to take your lunch before leaving for office.
उठे कदम
A 2018 World Bank report stated that globally 90% of girls complete their primary education, but only 75% complete their secondary education. I would now like to introduce you to Rakshita, who has studied in a private school and has had access to both opportunities and network. And Suman, who has had to take up odd jobs to help sustain her family's basic needs, has to look for opportunities and whose network is limited to those living in the slums and below the poverty line. Rakshita and Suman will now walk us through as their realities as it connects to the role play we just saw. Rakshita, Suman, over to you, please.
Hello, I am Suman. I was born and brought up in the slums of Mumbai. My father is a clerk who works under an advocate at the Mumbai High Court. We live well below the internationally accepted poverty line of $1.90 per day. I studied in a public school where the primary language of instruction was Hindi. This made it difficult for me to compete in college, where the primary language of instruction is English. I am a beneficiary of not one, but multiple NGOs, and it is their personalized attention that contributed significantly to my progress in life. My reality resonates with that of Ritu's in the role play you just saw. My community has been never welcoming towards women like me who wish to study, work, and move beyond the expected norms set by the society.
Hello, I'm Rakshita. I'm the daughter of an army officer who has lived in various cities, including Mumbai. I have lived a comfortable life wherever I've resided. I have studied in some of the best schools. My schools and surroundings provided a holistic growth environment. My reality resonates with that of Faiza's in the role play you just saw.
Before I started as a leader at Pehchaan, nobody believed I had the right to bring my dreams to life, and no one supported those dreams. Members of my family and my community don't understand why education is so important to me. They don't understand why I spent countless hours in college classes, Pehchaan classes, completing college projects, completing Pehchaan projects, attending extra Pehchaan seminars, and mentoring younger Pehchaan youth from similar background as mine. Education is something my world allows girls to do when they are younger so that they have a place to go and be kept safe when parents are at work. It is never expected that we will want to go to college, get a job, find a life partner of our choice, and together build a life that moves our children out of this cycle of poverty.
Suman currently has a full time job as a cashier at a hospital. She studies, gives exams, and participates at Pehchaan. She attends Pehchaan classes while at work. She keeps her camera off and her phone on mute and listens to the lecture. However, when called upon, she unmutes, answers, and goes back to work. There have been times she has said, "Please give me a moment, I have a customer in front of me," attends to the customer, and comes back to us to answer and participate in our class discussion. I teach an English class for my Pehchaan peers who graduated from public schools. I witness stories of triumph and grit and dedication regularly. Pehchaan has been the first place I have interacted with peers from different economic backgrounds. It is where I've met strong young women like Suman who are redefining what it means to be empowered.
I have been repeatedly belittled for working while studying and meeting my Pehchaan commitments. The rude comments are probably the most difficult to handle. But I know if I do not contribute to my family income, other members of my community will pressure my parents to get me married. If I do not work and provide financially in my home, I don't get to study. If I don't study, I don't get a good job. If I don't get a good job, I don't earn well. And if I don't earn well, I will have the same fate all the women of in my family have endured for generations.
At Pehchaan, we hear repeatedly how coming to class helps many, like Suman, stay focused on their dreams, gives them the opportunity to put the control of their lives back in their hands, while at the same time allowing them to feel supported, loved, and believed in. After actively interacting with this other side of the bridge for 2 years, I can now confidently say that I'm never disrespectful to any individual by the virtue of their income and thus occupation.
Over the last 18 months, my Pehchaan family has helped my peers and me meet the needs of our families by supporting us with ration of food grains. They even provided bottled water after the recent cyclone so that our studies do not suffer. Pehchaan provided us with mobile phones and refilled our data packs. Pehchaan expands our opportunity continuously and makes us more capable to compete in college and excel at interviews for internships and jobs.
We all have suffered different types of losses and hardships: mental, emotional, physical, and financial. There is no judgment at Pehchaan. Your loss is not bigger than mine, and mine is not smaller than yours. When we begin to see each as the other, we begin to recognize that their pain is ours and our success can be theirs. These values ground us, connect us, and uplift us.
Today, Rakshita and I stand before you as equals. The standard for her at Pehchaan is the same as the standard for me. At Pehchaan, we believe there are no victims here. There are challenges, and each of us has the power to rewrite our stories and rise above our challenges.
Thank you, Rakshita and Suman, for being open and honestly sharing your stories with us today. The next role play depicts the reality many of our leaders face when working with their less financially privileged peers: the challenge of a weak network connection or lack of access to smartphones. Please take a look.
Hello everyone, I'm going to be giving you guys your internal assessments in this class. So I would love to have you all turn your videos on, please. Ria, can we have you with us? Thank you. So for this particular assignment, I'm going to be pairing you guys up, and you're supposed to distribute your work equally so that I can mark you guys as a group and not individuals. Okay? Please keep it in mind, get in touch with each other on regular intervals, and give each other feedback. So the groups are going to be Moin and Tannu, and Eksha and Ria. I hope you guys become friends during this entire discourse. I'll be putting up a template in the Google Classroom, so make sure you check that out and please submit this assignment on time.
Hello, can you hear me?
There's too much noise. Can you please go to another room?
No, sorry, I
Can
don't.
you like go to your study room or your own room? You'll be having a place of your own. Privacy.
What is a study?
A place where you can study Shanti se, where your brothers and sisters will not irritate you.
No. Sorry, I can't go. Let us start with the topic.
Okay, what was the topic? What did ma'am teach?
Yes, so in the topic we have.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. No. I can't hear you. Can you please go to another location or go out and sit, or So what I'm planning to do is you do the Google, you search all the
Hello,
information, you give it to me.
hello,
Mean the time I
hello.
will.
Can you hear me now?
Hello. Yes. So what I'm saying is, you Google everything and send me, and I will compile all the information as a PPT.
Can you give all the Google search ka information, because like I don't have the phone the whole day, and the data is also short because of online class. I'll make the PPT, but Can you, hello? Can you
Yes.
send the data?
Okay, I will do that. Okay, I don't mind. So
Hello.
when can we meet to do this? So can we do it now? Just send me the information like in 15 minutes. I can sit and compile it.
Hello. Can we please do this later because my phone the battery is about to finish.
Okay, okay, cool.
Okay, because my sister also needs the phone, so I need to charge it.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Very well done, Tannu and Moin. I was really impressed by your presentation. I still remember Iksha's reaction when I had paired Iksha and Ria up, so I'm really interested in watching what they've made for us today.
The COVID-19 pandemic only widened the gaps of income and education. According to a recent UN report, the pandemic has forced nearly 1.6 billion learners out of schools across 190 countries. This is 94% of the overall student population. 320 million children in India are being impacted by this, according to the UNESCO report. I would now like to introduce you to Ananya. She is well traveled, well spoken, and has every opportunity open to her as she chooses to pursue her master's degree. Ananya is in her third year with Pehchaan. Aayush has studied in a public school where the primary language of instruction was English. However, his school education lacked access to adequate teachers, facilities, and opportunities. In April 2020, Aayush joined Pehchaan as a participant. He never missed an opportunity to attend our Pehchaan classes, even the extra ones. Today, Aayush studies in the same college Ananya graduated from. In January 2021, Aayush became a youth mentor with Pehchaan. Ananya was Aayush's youth mentor when he was a participant. Let's listen as they walk us through how their reality connects with the role play we just saw.
A standard outdoor parking space in US is 9 feet long by 18 feet wide. This is a total of 162 square feet. An indoor parking garage space is 10 feet wide by 20 feet long. This is 200 square feet. My home is 100 square feet. This means my home is smaller than a standard parking space. Not only is my home small, our homes in the slums are packing together. In many ways, we are people piled on top of people. During the lockdown, everyone was home. There was constant noise, neighbors fighting, children crying, and music blaring. Because our areas are so congested and polluted, it is hard to get a good cell phone or mobile network signal. Because of our financial circumstances, we could not afford smartphones, and those of us who were lucky enough to afford one had to share a phone with our parents and siblings. Education was not the priority. Survival, who is to blame, and what do we do next were the main conversations. Neither family members nor neighbors created an environment conducive to studying. Hello, my name is Aayush. Yes, I live in a slum of Mumbai. And yes, I live below the internationally accepted poverty line. But that is not my identity, or as we say in Hindi, my Pehchaan. I am determined, I dream big, aspire to become an engineer. I work hard every day, and I believe in the best that resides within me. I am not a victim, I blame no one, and I step up boldly each day to own the opportunities that move me closer to my dreams. This is my Pehchaan. My situation resembled Ria's as shown in the video. I had no adequate access to a mobile network, had to share a phone with my siblings, and I am still surrounded by noise 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
In my first meeting with Aayush on Zoom, he was leaning on a water tank, had a metal sheet as his house roof, and spoke only in Hindi. Some of the most noticeable things on that call was the noise he was surrounded with and the number of times his call dropped due to poor connection. The studies we found indicated that ongoing white noise can induce the release of cortisol. Cortisol is only released when the body is in stress and needs to be restored to homeostasis. Stress resulting from background noise has been shown to decrease higher brain function, impair learning, and memory. Long-term and repeated noise exposure can lead to harmful effects of psychological health, and it can reduce the student's learning motivation. E-learning relies on the availability and accessibility of technology, but little or no availability of electricity is a significant challenge to taking advantage of online education. In a 2017-2018 survey, the Ministry of Rural Development found that only 47% of Indian households receive more than 12 hours of electricity. We at Pehchaan have found that in addition to lack of access to electricity, even the number of electrical points in a home like Aayush's is limited to just one electrical outlet. In summary, excessive noise, limited access to electricity, a restricted number of electrical outlets, no access to smartphones, and poor network connection are all the challenges a student like Aayush has had to encounter over the last 18 months. Hello, my name is Ananya. I have a bachelor's degree in science. I'm currently looking into master's programs both in India and overseas. Aayush was one of my mentees in 2020.
In March 2020, I was struggling due to the COVID-19 imposed lockdown. I was losing hope and was looking for someone to support me. One day, I got a call from Ananya Didi. She told me I was selected to be a part of Pehchaan 2020 and that she was my assigned mentor. In Pehchaan, we refer to our mentors as Didis and Bhaiyas, which means elder sister and brother respectively. Ananya Didi is the first person who introduced me to concepts like dreaming big, having faith, articulating my thoughts, sharing my opinion, speaking with confidence, identifying my strengths, and believing in myself. I had never even been introduced to these things before. Why does only one side of the society have this kind of exposure? Is one of the questions I'm still wondering about. My Pehchaan family understand us. They always tell us not to worry about the sound of the television, parents arguing, or siblings playing. They remind us that they are only interested in what we are saying and that the noise around us does not bother them. They never cut us off from speaking because of the noise or because of poor network signals which make our voices crack. Like Suman said, Pehchaan makes sure we have food, water, phones, data packs, and books. But it did not stop there. It is through Pehchaan's English and general knowledge classes I improved my vocabulary. Through Pehchaan, I participated in national level public speaking challenge and Tony Robbins' New World, New You International Challenge. I also served as an advocate for our United Nations Commission on the Status of Women presentation in March 2021. I currently mentor two participants of Pehchaan 2021. What was given to me, I now give back. This is our Pehchaan way.
How many of us really take the time to understand the other's perspective? Let's take a moment to reflect on how many of us with stable network connections, access to laptops and Wi-Fi would have the patience to listen to a student like Aayush give a presentation, work with him on a team assignment, or listen to what he has to say. This then affects his chances to complete an online exam paper, perform in his verbal exams, and even limits his ability in completing his online assignments. A child who is malnourished, can't drink enough water, is not clean, doesn't feel his best, is surrounded by noise, can't hear what the teacher is saying, is not acknowledged or called upon by the teacher because she can't hear him clearly or his signal is poor, and most importantly, is surrounded by people who don't see the value in education. What chance does he stand in this online world of education? Mentoring Aayush has been a blessing for me in 2020. Nothing compares to the feeling when I see Aayush scoring on a test, getting selected as a finalist on a poetry competition, running breakout rooms on Zoom, or helping his peers rise by teaching them what he's learned here. I often wonder how different his life would have been if opportunities to grow were offered to him in school. When I count my blessings, I count the opportunity to serve first. Ayush's story is just one of the many we have here at Pehchaan, which continues to instill our belief in the work that we do and the immense power of youth.
Thank you, Aayush and Ananya, for sharing your stories with us. We would like to share with you how you can join hands with us at Pehchaan.
The first and most fundamental request is that you help us raise awareness about this gap. You can do so by sharing our social media posts or creating your own post and tagging us.
Offer internships to our students and help us create more platforms of opportunity for them.
During this COVID-19 and digital education era, we also welcome refurbished smartphones and sponsored data plans so our students can continue their education.
Sponsor a mobile phone and 1 year of a mobile internet pack for one of our students. It costs roughly $270 or 20,000 rupees. Currently, donations can only be accepted in the Indian currency, please.
We thank the Parliament of World's Religions for providing us with a platform to share our stories.
We thank our Fizana family for bringing us this opportunity and unconditionally supporting us over the last several months.
Bhaktavar ma'am, your unstinting support and faith in us has truly moved our hearts. Thank you. Homie uncle, Dolly auntie, Behram uncle, we hope that you know that with each opportunity you bring us, you're not just changing lives, but generations. Thank you.
To our Pehchaan team behind the scene, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. हमारी पहचान है आपकी पहचान.
Thank you, everyone. We are now open for questions, please.
Thank you, everyone. Well done. Hi, everybody. You're welcome to turn on your cameras if you can. We've had several of you. I've been listing down the names as you've been joining. We've had several of you from all over the world join us. Do you have any questions we may help you with? Do you have any questions we may answer? Mr. Tiller, what did you think of our presentation? Do you have any thoughts? Are you able to unmute? Let me see if I can help you from my end.
No, I got it. Right. Hello?
Yes, sir, we could hear you. Go ahead, please.
You're disappeared. Sorry, I'm having connection issues and stuff, so I never know if it's me or if it's the platform or whatever is going on right now. So thank you for your patience there. I've worked with people from India for the past several years. I am an IT professional, so I have worked in collaboration with projects where there was teams of us on 5 continents all at the same time. The presentation was an eye-opener. Honestly, I didn't think communication, the electricity one was a huge one. And I'll be in contact with the organization without a doubt, and I passed it on to some other people. I hope that we will be able to find ways to help without a doubt. We need to, like, instinctively, I shouldn't say I hope, like I just instinctively expect that we are going to do it, and we just need to find the way to do it best, and get as much people involved so that as we transition, because we are going to be transitioning largely in the Western world, the richer nations are going to be going into lots of automation, and we need to create new jobs. Helping the people of India is a great way to spend your life. So I expect that we will have a lot of people that are going to be, having free time and be able to help with what it is that's necessary in order to get this done. So I'm actually excited to see this organization, if anything.
Thank you, sir, very much. Kalpita Mystery was here. I think she's having some connection issues maybe, but she's posted a message on our Excel events platform, just commending, saying what a wonderful project, and commending the project. So well done, all of you. Greg Burrill, I hope I said that correctly. I know that there are several technical issues. Are you able to speak with us at all?
Actually, I think I can.
Perfect, go for it.
Well, I wasn't planning on saying anything because I'm just learning. I'm a teacher in Portland, Oregon. And our school system, by American standards, is in a state of collapse. Teachers have way too many students to be able to help them individually. The amount of bureaucratic tasks that teachers need to do, but watching this is an eye-opener because well, first of all, we're able to gather in buildings right now. And our students suffer poverty but nothing like the conditions that you just showed me. So it's a reminder that even though um, things are falling apart in the United States, they're falling apart from a much higher level than in many places around the world. So I really appreciate hearing and having a new perspective on what is happening around the world.
Thank you, sir. So we're also always interested in partnering with youth across the ocean to create, just like we've created a peer-to-peer network within India, we are looking to grow and create a peer-to-peer network between America and India, so that this whole concept that you just described of being eye opening to the different kinds of challenges with poverty can be shared with our children or our youth here who may possibly be going wayward, and then share also the successes and allowing them the opportunity to mentor our students and therefore giving them some purpose in service. So we'll be happy to reach out to you and see if we can partner in some way to make that happen.
Yes, I don't have my own classroom, so I'd be putting you in touch with teachers who I substitute for.
No worries, sir. We can always work it out. We've become very good at trying to make the solution work. So that's great. Not a challenge at all. Thank you so much. Um, Dr. Graff. Dr. Graff and Mr. Mystery have joined us for all three of our sessions. For all three of our sessions. So we must have definitely made an impact. I'm just reading straight from the chat. One of the remarkable strengths of your program has to do with empowering the students to become their best selves. It is remarkable for me to see the energy and confidence that participants have achieved. Sir, we aim at telling them every day to be the best versions of themselves. So thank you for noticing that in today's presentation. Miss Schneider, my team tells me you would like to say something or you were trying to unmute so you could speak. Are you able to speak, ma'am? No. Okay. So perfect. Okay. Anyone else? I know this presentation was our longest presentation, and I do know that we are out of time, but I do see a lot of people here. We do still see a lot of questions. Unfortunately, we don't have the time today to field those questions, but I assure you we've written down everybody's name who has attended today, and we will reach out to you with our presentation, a recording of our presentation, and some of our youth members will be your liaisons through our project as we move forward. We thank you graciously for being here. We really, really do. Thank you for supporting us and our work and for believing in the work that we do. And I know that all three presentations we've thanked our Fizana team, but Fizana was the team that mentored me in my teenage years. So to see them today supporting the students I get an opportunity to mentor is a full circle moment. So we are indebted with gratitude for the platform you have provided for us today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. We hope you have a great rest of the Parliament. And I hope to meet some of you in our networking sessions. Dr. Graff, you want to say something, please? I saw your camera. Come on.
I just wanted to say thank you. It's been wonderful. And I hope that you continue your initiative to network across continents. And I would like to pass these videos on to some of the people we're working with in Africa and maybe create some kind of a network there.
Sure. We're very open to even helping and guiding other nations and other schools and how to set this up. So it's not necessary that they have to partner with us. We're happy to mentor them as they set up these peer to peer networks in their own countries and communities. So we're very open to that, Dr. Graf. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye, everybody. See you. Take care. Bye bye.